Good morning and welcome to a Hump Day Wednesday. It's a Tyler Glenn Show, the show about food, fun places, and the mayhem of life. It was more weather mayhem yesterday in southern Manitoba as a storm system moved into Brandon and caused all kinds of chaos. This after a moose decided to make an appearance in town and lit up the internet yesterday. In fact, people across Canada talking about it this morning. Did he hit the Tim Hortons drive-thru? That would be a Canadian thing. I mean, a moose at the Tim Hortons. You can't even make that stuff up. We'll take a look at some of the pictures and video that happened from yesterday. Also, the Furby is making a comeback. Oh my God. Yeah, the Furby. And somebody finds $2,000 and gives it back. Would you be able to do that? Interesting story there. Also, a story about the world's ugliest dog. The new wheelchair hack at the airport. Yeah, it's a hack. A wheelchair hack? It's so rude, but it's so effective. And we'll show you people are actually doing this coming up a little later on the show. It's grad day for Crocus. We've got an epic last day of school video to show you of a little guy who comes off the school bus and celebrates in an epic way. You're going to love it. And the valedictorian address for all addresses. It is like a 4-minute long it's a 4-minute long pep talk. It will make you feel amazing, even though you likely had water in your basement if you're in the Brandon area and are watching the show. I am so sorry. Tasha in chat, she was sending me pictures as the storm moved in yesterday that they had water in their basement and they were sopping things up. Tasha, I can't believe that you were even here this morning. You're probably exhausted. My God, we'll show you a couple of the pictures. They had the shop vac going, and she wasn't the only one. There were basements flooded. There was overland flooding. There were streets flooded. We'll get to the pictures in just a moment. First, I want to say good morning to Tasha, and we're thinking about you and hubby as you clean things up. Lindy is here, too, this morning. Polar Bear, Quentin, and Treetops 17. How awesome is it to have you here, Treetop 17? Nice to see you. Nick Adams is here, too. Who else do we have in chat? I always like to. It's always neat seeing somebody new pop into chat and join the crew. Trev is here. Miss Vicky, nice to see you this morning. KDon78, nice to see you this morning as well. I think I said hi to Miss Vicky. Porky Jr. is here. Oh, I've got a question for Porky Jr. a little bit later today involving tenderizing beef. The secret weapon. I have never used it. I'm going to see if Porky Jr. has. So you can't go anywhere. If you're going to take off, Porky, just let me know, because I want to ask you, maybe somebody else in chat has used this to tenderize their beef. And I want to try it because you can never get beef too tender. But, I got a question for you on that. And also, Kraft introduces not cheese. They're slices, and they're called not cheese. So you can have a not cheese burger on not beef, accompanied by not chicken fingers made in a lab. Isn't it a great time to be alive? You can have completely artificial food now. Is there not potatoes? Anyway, Zumba Bernice, that's our own Bernice, our resident bartender and Zumba expert. Good morning to you. And who else do we got here? I just don't want to miss anybody as we get things rolling here. Oh, Rhonda. Good morning, Rhonda. Nice to see you this morning with the sunshine. We need it to dry everything out. Oh, boy. It was something. Tenderizing your beef, is that a euphemism? No, it's actually a thing, and I've been seeing it more and more on TikTok, and I have hesitated to bring it to the show because it's kind of gross. It's kind of gross, but we'll talk about that this morning. Don't let me forget. So, Tasha, yeah, you are not alone in the epic cleanup that has to take place today. First, let's take a look outside. And you can see things are foggy, still a little moist. Hate using that word, but things are moist this morning. And we knew we were going to be in for some showers and thunder showers yesterday, but are we going to be in for this again today? And, it was really a weird system that came in. I called it the ghost of the Kemney Bridge. Because as things started to fire up yesterday afternoon, it's about 3 o'clock. And as things started to fire up, I opened the trusty radar. And Cindy was asking me about that. I use WeatherBug. And as I opened the radar, I could see that it was Kemney that, I'll pull this up here for you. And you could see that this system was just a tiny little red intense system over Kemney. And it was even smaller than that. This was taken, I believe, around 4:30, because it just sat over Kemney. And it just grew, and it grew, and it grew, and it grew, and it didn't move. So people in Rivers are going, what's going on in Brandon? Who cares? You could be in Souris and think, oh, the sun is shining. It is great. This system sat on top of us like a 2,000-pound elephant for 2 hours. And it just pounded and pounded and pounded. And the rain came down. Then it was hail. Then it was wind. Then it would just rinse and repeat. Rain, wind, hail for almost 2 hours yesterday. And, of course, when you've got all that precipitation, all that rain, all that wind, you start to get stuff like this. And I think people are starting to DM me some pictures. If you've got pictures and video you want to share, we'll throw it on the show real quick before 7:30, before we say goodbye to everybody on our social media channels and move exclusively over to Twitch. But street flooding like this. This is near Tasha's house. Like, the water gets so close to the house. And, I mean, you get the flooding right there by the air conditioner, and it was seeping in. I mean, it was just chaos for 2 hours. So intense. And, again, for people outside the city, they're thinking, what's the big deal? It was just some rain showers. But it was heavy. And for 2 straight hours, it just was far, far too much to take. This is from Mandy over at the Shoppers Mall. So this is the aftermath at the mall. And I was wondering the whole time, I wonder what McDonald's is like, the Richmond Avenue. There you go. Somebody's little red truck is not going to be moving anytime soon. That's the scene over at the Shoppers Mall. Lots of water there. And what else we got? Oh, my gosh. Here's more from Tasha. This is the hail. Oh, it's never fun. And look at it, and this was 2 hours worth. I was saying to Tracy, we're sitting in the living room and listening to a roof basically get hammered by hail. And I said to her, gone are the days where you could just sit inside all day and enjoy the rain. No, you get a week's worth of rain in 2 hours. Maybe 2 weeks worth of rain in 2 hours. And, not just a free car wash, but maybe a trip to Auto Fashion, because, you're going to have some dent repair. There's going to be some insurance claims, I'm thinking, although the hail could have been a lot worse. It was pea-size where I was anyway. Oh, no, this is some of Tasha's stuff. Oh, boy, water in the basement. Oh, that's never good. Oh, I'm so sorry, Tasha. Oh, my God. As bad as my day could be, that is going to be, or as bad as your day could be, you could always have it worse. Water in the basement is never, ever fun. And it's a lot of work to clean up. Oh, my gosh. Okay, here's some of the other stuff from yesterday. I'll show you real quick. This was from downtown. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you this one. this guy, he's out there. This is when it first started, too. I mean, Bonnie had her neighbor Gary go out and open up storm drains because in her neighborhood, things started to clog up. And then that's when you're getting the rivers. You're getting the rivers right down the street. And that's when things really start to flood bad. I got a really good video I'll show you here. Oh, here's Alana and the hail. Oof, she got a lot more hail in her area. It was kind of accumulating kind of like snow, and the stones were much bigger. And again, we're talking about probably a 10 or 15 mile radius. The storm was not big in its width or its size. It was just so intense, and it parked right over Brandon for 2 hours and completely dumped all over us. That is some bigger hail there. Let me show you some other stuff here. It's all over the place. Oh, this is a good shot. Oh, this is over on Sycamore. Oh my gosh. They actually had to put a boat in there. You know the storm is bad when you got a boat in the water and you might decide to go fishing on your own street. There is a little bit of water there. And you can see the storm drain. Something is gurgling there in the middle of the street. Yeah, that is a lot of moisture. And everyone's standing around going, what the hell? Like, look at all that water from yesterday. That is insane. 2 hour storm that completely pummeled us. And here's Polar Bear. He's trying to... There, not alone, though. Basements across the city flooded. Streets flooded. It seems we get 1 or 2 of these every year now. And it's always in June, it seems. Always in June. So I hope that you are dry where you are, and I hope that if you did have some flooding or things got really, really nasty where you were, that things have improved. Look at this. This is basically what it was for 2 solid hours. Is there sound from this one? No, I don't have any. Oh, there we go. Whoa! Ooh, that sounds like a MPI. That's the sound of MPI. Oh, poor dog is just going, what the hell is going on, man? Oh, damn, the sound of an insurance claim. That is not good. And then we had funnel cloud sightings. No, hang on a second. We had funnel cloud sightings down around Neepawa, or just outside of Neepawa. Take a look at this shot here. This is pretty intense. So the system moved on, and it moved to the east, and it did produce some funnel clouds. Now, we have no reports this morning of a touchdown. We probably should, by September long weekend, get confirmation from Environment Canada. I say that sarcastically because just this morning, like 10 days after the storm, 8 days, over a week ago, we had twisters that hit near Killarney, and there was a U.S. company that said, okay, there were two touchdowns that happened to the west of Killarney because they just couldn't wait for Environment Canada. So now this morning, Environment Canada is saying, oh no, there's 3. There's 3 tornadoes that touched down. Well, it's like, okay, but what takes so long? Like when something hits in the States, the next day they know it was an F2 or an F4 or whatever. It's like, is it because we're in the middle of nowhere? Are they short-staffed? Why does it take so long? So funnel clouds were spotted yesterday near Arden, near Neepawa, but it's going to take a while before we get confirmation on whether or not anything touched down. Oh, my inbox is just completely full of stuff. I'm just trying to sort through the storm stuff right now to get the storm stuff on the show to start. And here's a bit more of the street flooding from yesterday. Man, water everywhere. It's so nice to see that for the most part it has since dried up, but it was a soggy day yesterday. Unbelievable mess. Look at those cars. Now, thankfully, it's not high enough to get in the engine, but boy, that's close. That's close. And yeah, you got to go slow, very, very slow. You don't want that water up in the engine. No, 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 no. Anyway, I hope that you're safe and dry this morning and you do not have a visit to AutoPack in your future. But if you do, don't forget about my friends at Auto Fashion. That's what they're there for. They're not just fine auto finishing. They're the ultimate car care experience. And, of course, they are MPI accredited, specializing in paintless dent and hail damage repair. And they're so nice. They're so understanding. They will take care of you over at Auto Fashion if you need anything, okay? And maybe you got off lucky and don't have any damage, but would like to get your car all fixed up for a grad. Today's Crocus Plains grad. And something new today, they are moving it to the evening, I understand. So it's been a while since we've had an evening grad in Brandon. But I guess the grad is going to take place this evening, so congratulations to Crocus Plains grads, and have a great day today, and congratulations on your accomplishment. And maybe you want to have the vehicle looking nice. It might be a little tight to get it in now for grad tonight, but maybe as a gift to a grad. Fine Auto Finishing, the ultimate car care experience with Auto Fashion, serving southern Manitoba to make your vehicle look and feel like new. Skilled professionals use the latest techniques and high-quality products for ceramic coating, window tinting, paint correction, and more. MPI accredited, specializing in paintless dent and hail damage repair, help with faded color, grimes, scratches, or swirls. Auto Fashion's paint correction will bring back your vehicle's shine and luster inside your vehicle. Fine Auto Finishing gives your vehicle a fresh, clean look and feel. Locally family owned and operated. Check them out on Facebook or on Instagram, or visit them at 255 17th Street North behind Lee's Buffet. Your vehicle, Auto Fashion's passion. And if you go over to Tim Hortons, you know what? And you can get one of those pool floaties. You could float down your street in a Tim Hortons pool floaty. Maybe you have one already. Could have had it out yesterday. No. A fishing boat is enough, possibly. Anyway, Tim Hortons Westmanton area. That's just a wild segue, isn't it? Tim Hortons Westmanton area, also a sponsor on the show, with 10 locations to serve you in Virden, Neepawa, Dauphin, Moosomin, Saskatchewan, and of course here in Brandon. This summer's hottest poolside accessories include the inflatable ice cap pool floaty and Tim Hortons beverage cozies with the Tim Hortons Fun Out of the Sun summer merchandise collection. The only thing better than a creamy, cool Tim Hortons ice cap on a hot summer day is enjoying it while lounging on a larger-than-life ice cap pool floaty. And it could come in handy to save your life should your street flood again. Get you out of that house that's underwater. Pick up the new Ice Cap Pool Floaty on your next Tim's run and make waves with friends and family at the pool, the beach, or the lake, and beat the heat all summer long and stay hydrated in style with the new beverage cozies from Tim's. Available in summer pink or ocean blue, they feature unique designs inspired by some of your favorite Tim Hortons summer beverages. Tim's beverage cozies will keep drinks colder for longer and can hold medium or large beverage cups. The Tim Hortons Fun Under the Sun collection. Available now at Tim Hortons. Again, Tim Hortons Westman with 10 locations in Brandon, Virden, Neepawa, Dauphin, and Moosomin, Saskatchewan. Hey, Monica, nice to see you this morning. Oh, she's got her eyes covered. And Paul, and yeah, that's a lot of water. And, of course, we had the day started on a weird note because we had that moose get on the loose. The moose on the loose. This little guy, he was running around Brandon.
What? It's Bullwinkle.
He wandered on into Brandon, and they lit the internet on fire. Everybody was sharing this all over the place. And this is from Liam Patterson. And he was running all over the place. Look at the cop that's law enforcement's after him. Get him. And he started out in the West End, and then he moved to South Central area of the city, and he was all over the place. It took a couple of hours, but they wrangled him up and got him out of town. I think he's a little baby, because I've seen mooses in the park. I think I'm going to go hang out with the ducks over near Park Avenue. In the little creek there. That's a nice little nature picture. Move to Brandon, Manitoba. We have it all. We've got wildlife literally on your doorstep. Yes, ducks, mooses, deerses, zebras, and giraffes. All of the nature you could ever want. And if you'd like a little exercise, we have moose chasing. Yes, it's the game everyone in Brandon loves to play. When a moose comes to town, we all leave work and chase the moose around town. It's a great way to know your neighbor and get some exercise at the same time. The Moose is Loose, coming this fall to CBC. All crap all the time. Oh, it's an adventure. It's always an adventure. Oh, poor little guy. How come his fur is all like that? Someone was saying he had ticks. I feel bad for him. Oh, he must have been scared. See, my dog has made me soft. Jeez. You know, before my dog, that used to be steak. Now it's a living thing. It's so stupid. I heard a lot of people were slipping and falling while they were chasing him. Oh, that's so true. It's so true. And I mean, it's making news in Winnipeg. They're all talking about it in Winnipeg, too. It's like, oh, there was wildlife in the city. And it's cute when it's a moose. But when you've got a fox, a lynx, a coyote, that is not fun. And we had an incident in Winnipeg where a young boy, was attacked. And that's not cool. That is not cute. That is not fun. And I think Lindy sent me a message this morning that there was another fox sighting in Brandon this morning. I've seen them in my neighborhood. I was looking out the window one day and I thought someone's dog was on the loose. Oh, there's a dog on the... Oh, my God, that's not a dog. What a nice tail that dog with a large fox-like tail has. That is not a dog. That's a fox. Anyway, we started with some wildlife, ended with a nasty storm, and boy, what a busy, busy day in Brandon yesterday. And then we finished off with the Brandon School Board controversy that's got everybody tied in knots. Everyone can't decipher what the hell has gone on. It's front page news in our local paper. Everyone will be talking about this around the water cooler, and this has to do with the book ban that they tried to get passed a number of weeks ago, and I don't have a lot of time to talk about this, so I'll just touch on it briefly. And so I guess a few of the school board members have been censured, which means that there's some discipline involved, and just at the end of the day, it's relatively minor stuff. It's procedural, which means that there are rules at the school board that allow other members of the school board to take up issues with other members of the school board. It's like a self-governing body, you know? So they're saying, you know, you acted improperly. Well, so did you. Okay, then you're not allowed to talk at this point. Well, then you're not allowed to talk at the... So that's kind of what's going on, just like in plain speak. But there was the takeaway here is that there was a motion moved that's going to allow school board trustees to speak to the media and to the public. You think we saw fireworks at the book banning meeting? Buckle up your seatbelts, because I'll tell you, once that motion passes, and it may have passed last night, I'm not sure. I wasn't following it that close. I knew it was on the agenda, but once that goes through, they're going to be able to say whatever they want to say in public, and that's not something that's a normal thing for the school board trustees. They have to go through a designated spokesperson. That's not going to happen anymore. There's no gatekeeper there. So people on the school board in Brandon, the trustees are going to say what's on their mind, say what they want to say. Well, that always ends well, doesn't it? Yes, it does. So expect more fireworks where that came from. And that's all that we need to say about that. But that's kind of in a nutshell what's happening and why people are going to be talking about that. It's a big headline and lots of confusing language, of course, because you're dealing with bureaucracy, but that's at the end of the day what's going on. Okay, we have to say goodbye to our social media friends, and I hate doing that. I hate leaving you all soggy and still drying out. And why don't you come on over to Twitch? Actually, Twitch is nice and warm. The sun is shining. We go to the beach. We're going to go to the beach right away. We've got, what beaches? Oh, my God, I love this one. This is Calabria's Tropea Beach. And I can't remember what country this is in. I think it's Spain. I'll have to look it up, but it's that crystal blue water. Oh, you're going to love it. We're going to go there in just a second. So come on over to twitch.tv/Tyler Glenn Show, where the show continues. And again, we have got the secrets of Costco. Costco also cracking down on membership sharing. It's not just Netflix. The latest on that. The wheelchair boarding hack at the airport. The world's ugliest dog has been crowned. Bud Light executives fired last night. Yeah, breaking news in the world of business. Bud Light executives are gone. Ryan Seacrest is in. Not only is he going to host Wheel of Fortune, Ryan Seacrest is going to run Bud Light. That part I'm kidding. But he is at Wheel of Fortune, and Vanna White has lawyered up, and we've got the details on that coming up. Lots to get to. Come on over. Oh, sorry about that, Paul. We'll blame the moisture. It's so soggy. All right, catch you later. All our social media friends on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook. TikTok, we'll get to you next week. I'm still in TikTok jail for a couple of days because of my Pride Parade. Because I showed the Toronto Pride Parade. That's, if you missed the show yesterday, you're going to have to watch it. Anyway, see you later, Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and the rest of the social media channels. We're moving over.